I am NetMoverSitan. As you can see in the background, and here's the bridge, I wanted to make it easier to get across to the agricultural tower. I might want to make a door there at some point. Over here is the basic framework for the arena. And I'm systematically breaking down the mountains and then hills to create the stone brick blocks that I intend to make it. And I intend to level the area. Yes, I do. As for this bit, I'm going to fill it in. Fill it with dirt. I mean, it's not as if I'm going to be running out of it anytime soon. Dirt, gravel, and any snow blocks I can... Yeah, this used to be much bigger. And while I'm at it, I'm trying to make a better infinity enchanted bow. Experience gained from killing monsters and putting cobblestone in the furnace to turn into smooth stone, which I can turn into brick blocks. Stone brick blocks, to be more precise. As the standard brick blocks require clay in fragments rather than in whole blocks. That makes terracotta. Oh yes. And soul blight is coming along nicely. Making steady progress with the taints. The sooner I get all of them in a particular room, the sooner I can do the Taints Guide video for that room. Well, I have an interest in providing a guide for it, since I haven't really seen anyone else do that. In fact, towards the end I'll probably be creating names for specific combinations of taints. Yes. Oh yes, as for what I've been thinking about, have any of you considered the cost of security? Well, one of the first things that is paid for is the freedom to speak, think, and even act in the way that you see fit. I mean, you don't want to be accused of wrongthink, do you? So you won't do that if you know what's good for you. Yeah, I don't know whether that's condescending or patronizing a way of putting it, but you seem to get the idea. At least I hope you do. Besides, it's also, in a lot of cases, enforced with tyranny. Yeah. Tyranny. Where government is not feared by its people. Because the people gave them their power. They're afraid that they can take it away. So they do all they can to stamp out any seditious thoughts in their head by cracking down hard on any who do think in such a way. That, or create some kind of social engineering projects to more subtly discourage it. It depends on what authoritarian regime it is, and what they can get away with. There's also the consideration that it replaces law with arbitrary rule. Where there's no specific standard. Where basically those in charge can do whatever they want and not have to care about what the people who put them there in the first place think of them. In fact, they'd rather those people didn't think at all. They'd rather they let them think for them. It's the ruin of nations, isn't it? As for the cost of freedom, it requires individuals to not be silent when something mentally stifling to free will appears. Silence guarantees the victims lose. Not to mention guarantees their victimizers victory. Another thing is to not give in to terror. Because that's what they want. It also helps to not treat repression as normal. Growing complacent is also what they want. Because it means that they can do it more often. Or even encourage them to take stronger measures that they believe that they won't get any violent backlash. Yeah. Because there's only so much that some can take before they just go and say, this. Anything is better than things as they are now. Yeah. And as for the concept of the greater good, what is so great about it? Then again, I've said, what's so great about Britain? So I can talk. Some see that as a loosely defined concept that only they have any right to define, depending on what they feel is needed at the time. In fact, it's what some consider, or at least what appears to be, an excuse. To do things that might be questionable at best, but downright wrong at worst, all because of some greater good. Yeah, the morality of some people is quite flexible. In fact, it can be a bit until it's bent all out of shape. And you don't even recognize what is right or wrong anymore. Not very well. Yeah, it's not this enough. And as you can see, bizarrely, my aim is improved, although not by much. Ooh, gold! Yes, that'll be useful for making reagents for healing potions. Oh, good target practice. Sorry, I was distracted. Oh yes, and I am interested in your feedback. Sometimes I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. That's what feedback is for. To give me some idea of what I might be doing wrong. I mean, I do wear a bunny mask when on camera. But no, I do not have an orange face. I don't overreact at the slightest amount of criticism. So if you feel that there's something that could use a bit of improvement, don't hesitate to tell me. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you would pay me not to speak again on this. Oh, be honest. Although with some projects, I feel that voice acting is not just unnecessary, but could get in the way. Yeah, this is going to take a while. Which is why I'm actively hunting down the Endermen for Ender Pearls. I will need those for the next Ender Dragon attempt. I at least know what I need to do now. What I demonstrated in the research tower. Basically, get up there, make a hole in the cage, put the TNT block in it, light it, and then get out of the way before it goes boom. And make sure I don't get on top of the cage and land on the Ender Crystal, because that makes it go boom. Quite literally in my face. Yeah, best light this up. Minimizing the amount of monsters around there. At least until I can fill it with dirt or other easily acquirable blocks. Oh yes. And you know... Well, have you heard of Lego? Well, there are a couple of Legolands. One in its point of origin, known in Denmark, yeah, and one in the south of England, known as Legoland Windsor. They'll be making Lego... You know what, I'm surprised they haven't thought about making Minecraft Land. Actually, no, that probably wouldn't work, because it would require a lot of destructible buildings and... Oh, forget it, yeah. It wouldn't work, would it? Do you think otherwise? Well, let me know what you think of that. Then again, they might put that in... Yeah. I think one reason why it wouldn't really work is... I mean, Lego is a physical product. And Minecraft is... not so much. I mean, with Lego, you don't exactly need electricity to use that. Why am I talking about a plastic toy from Denmark? Yeah. It really must be going crazy. Yeah. The arena will take a while. But I should be done with the Ender Dragon much sooner. Yeah, I'm going through all this trouble just to create somewhere where I can fight the Wither. Something much worse than the Ender Dragon. Is it just me, or could that bring about the apocalypse in the world of towers? Let's see. Yeah, this is a good place to gather dirt to fill the base of the... Yeah, and if you're thinking about translating using Google Translate, that can have mixed results, as it can get the translation a bit wrong. In fact, this series, Google Translate Sync, shows what happens if you translate using multiple languages. I mean, the song makes no sense. I mean, one example is Thriller. Using Google Translate multiple times with that one, with multiple languages. Make that bipolar? And made it make no sense to anyone. Not as bad as the NPC dialogue in Hylix, but it's pretty close. You know what, I'm feeling like a puzzle game at some point after... Oh, why? Yeah, I really need to think about making more stone brick blocks there. Oh yes. I think I need to move a bit more forward with these stone brick blocks. Yeah, I can see a problem here. As for what my next project might be, either during or after I'm done with swords. I'm thinking something first-person puzzle. Yeah, I'm thinking mindless violence can wait. Certainly at the first-person shooter variety. Oh yes, and the Soul Blight, I'm not sure whether I was aiming for Ozzy Osbourne, or Lemmy Kilmister's voice. Although I don't think I did a good job. Well, for starters, my brain isn't damaged due to substance abuse. It's due to more self-inflicted circumstances. Yeah, that's right. It explains a lot, doesn't it? It explains why I'm such a freakish dude. I mean, what's he going to do? Punish me for wrongthink? Oh yes, and as for social credits, what I can say about that is, if it goes worldwide, and your standard of living is dependent on what others think of you, we've pretty much had it, haven't we? And those people who attempt to justify it, that's there to encourage honesty. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. That joke was terrible. Because it would motivate others to fake a reaction just to avoid getting down-rated. I mean, an episode of Black Mirror? In some places it's real. Or at least isn't far off by much. Ooh, creeper. Yeah. Well, it looks like I am deeply surprised that those Swedish developers were able to get away with it. Because, well, really not to look at it. Right, that's it for this session. I hope this wasn't soul-destroyingly boring for you. Until next time. Hail the rabbits!